Hey, welcome to Strider Trees. Today I got a special guest. I'm working with Jared Abergina here at the Academy Trained Ranch, and he has some gold nuggets about positioning, work positioning on a spar when you're climbing single rope technique. So here's that's coming up. Hope you'll enjoy it. This video is sponsored by Edelrid and the Academy Trained.
Hey everybody, Jared Abergina here with Academy Trained, and I'm going to be going over some work positioning on the spar and just kind of talk about my system here on a Akimbo or SRS system cinched on a spar. And real quick, just before I even get on it, you got a couple different options of sending up the tree, whether it be ascending just with your lanyard or having your climbing system anchored onto the tree as well. As you ascend, if you were to gaff out, it would cinch up and hold you from slipping down the trunk. So first off, as I get going here, a quick tip or trick, flipping around these trees, big or small, it's a good practice to get in. You can see I'm going to go ahead and flip this right around my neck. All I'm going to do is drop it down my shoulder, and it's going to swing right around with ease and flip around the tree. So rather than working on really large trunks, which is very difficult to get the rope around, or on small stuff, getting that practice, it'll help you out in the long term. So I could flip out and keep my climbing system below me, or I could take the safety measure and go ahead and tie it on as well. You can see my quick flip. Go ahead and take some slack. For my anchor here, I'm going to be tying a Yosemite bowline. All right, so if you don't know the Yosemite bowline, it's one of the quickest backups you can put on there, and turns out pretty sexy too. So anyhow, so now I'm cinched. I'm gonna go ahead and walk up this trunk. I'm gonna get enough slack in the system to where I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and grab both at one time. Now when I walk up the tree, I can flip 2 for 1 deal. All right, it's a little cumbersome, but overall, if I were to take a spill and lose my grip off of the rope, this is eventually catch me. Okay.
This video is brought to you by Edelrid. They're a German company that distributes here in North America, and I wanted to show you guys a couple of pieces of gear that I've been using for years that is the best in class. It's some of my favorite stuff, and so I want to share it with you. Here we've got the Treerex saddle. This is my everyday climbing saddle. It's really lightweight, fully featured. It's got a spot for the transporter there. The gear loops are awesome. It's more breathable than anything else I've ever used and totally customizable. It's absolutely fantastic. They've also got these carabiners, which are among my favorite. They're triple lockers, and they've got this stainless steel insert. So it's a lightweight aluminum carabiner with the stainless steel insert for long lasting durability. They make this awesome one that is a little more eco-friendly because it doesn't have to go through the treatment process. And it even has this little catch right here to keep your eye from sliding around, keep it oriented properly. And last but certainly not least are the Talon tree climbers. Obviously these are climbing gaffs, spikes, and they're the most comfortable ones on the market. They've got this big, breathable, thick cuff that is nice and ergonomically shaped for maximum comfort. Very adjustable, will fit any boot you put in it, and all of the Velcro and all the straps can be replaced separately. So it's a great piece of kit. They make fantastic gear. If you want to support me, support the channel, check them out in the link in the description. Now back to the action.
Okay. So now when I get into position, I got to take into account the lean of the tree, how I'm going to position myself for this cut, what side of the stem is going to be the good side and the bad side to work on. At this point for me, the best side for me to make my face cut is going to be on the sight. I call this the sight side of the spar because it allows me to put my chainsaw in a position that's not going to be in the way of my vision of the cut. So, which allows me to decide on positioning of my system. So the benefit of SRS working on a spar is I have a choke system that's going to hold me there and that I can use to help lean on to get me in the position that I need to make this cut. Now, with that being said, this is directional. So this will only work in the one direction and it won't work on the other side. So I'll have to mitigate this for that. So real quick, what happens majority of the time while working on a spar like this that has a heavy lean, we have a hard time getting over to make that cut. If I was on an MRS system that wasn't choked, what would happen is when I lean over here, the gravity is going to just throw me around to the side of the tree, making it very hard to make a good face cut. So what happens is we tend to make really poor cuts or blind cuts. As you can see, I'm trying to reach over here in a poor position, and I'm having a hard time trying to get to that cut because I'm not in the right position. So with that being said, right out the gate, what I like to do is I always carry my thimble prusik on me, okay? And this takes only a few seconds, maybe a minute to install. All right. Now, I'm gonna ask for a carabiner down there if I can get some assistance. Thank you, sir. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this guy in. So now what this is doing here, I have a double cinch. I can move to either side of the spar, making it very easy for me to get in the position I need to be in. So I'm gonna go ahead and rotate that into the best position possible for me to work both sides of the stem. And once I set it, I forget it. Now, the thing is, you don't wanna wait for something like this. You'd rather just get it into place right out the gate. So now, when I wanna get into position to make this cut, I'm in a really good position on this leaning spar, and I'm really comfortable. The stem doesn't want to throw me to one side or the other. So now for me, come in here, you can see how level my lanyard is to my hips. You can see where I'm going to be making my cut about breast height at the strongest point to be able to come in. Got a good visual, top cut, rotate, bottom cut, or whatever, Humboldt cut possibly. Really good position to use that chainsaw in a comfortable manner. Now, for the back cut. To get in the most optimal position for myself, I would want to rotate to the other side of the spar. Maybe this tree has a defect and I don't want to be under the stem. I want to be on the good side. So I'd make my face cut from there, move to the good side, and finish my cut. So as you can see, as I rotate around, my climbing system still here is taking majority of the load, all right? So I'm taking less off my hips, more of my climbing system, in a really good position. I got a good sight into my cut to be able to make a back cut. Same thing, I can come in here, get in position, start my saw. Now I'm able to lock and have a good visual to my face cut, pop my back cut, and hopefully have a successful drop or a rig or whatever we need to do it. The biggest benefit to working SRS on a spar is we're able to have a cinch system on the trunk of the tree that allows us to be able to repel in case of emergency, and also allows us to be choked so we can use our climbing system to put ourselves in the most optimal position to make the best cut possible. So, hope you guys liked it. See you soon.
If you are looking for world-class hands-on training in the tree care industry, check out academytrain.com for their calendar of events and boot camps at locations across the US. Together, we can elevate the standard.